What's going on, Palm Tree? It's your boy Chillin' Dylan, Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, and your favorite rapper owes me money. Now, I want to talk about a project from one of the Palm Leaves who I believe is bringing something very unique to the table for who he is. Young and Slim. He recently dropped a new project called Frayser Bound Underground Soundz Chapter 2.5. Now, this project is an ode to the 90s horrorcore Memphis sound. This is really a love letter to Memphis. In fact, I'll go as far as saying that if you are a fan of Hypnotized Minds, 666, Lord Infamous, Koopstanika, a sound that is imitated and replicated but never duplicated, this is something you would want to check out. This is truly a period piece as paying homage to the 90s funk horrorcore sound that 3-6 Mafia perfected. Okay, so, you take Young and Slim, he's of El Salvadorian descent, and he definitely reminds me of, old Ramirez and Cursed. Latino brothers were very much inspired by, that same 90s Memphis era of rap. So it would be kind of dope to see Young and Slim work with like Die Slow Posse, or also my boy Sal G, who's based in LA but originally is from the DMV. I think if you like Freddie Dredd and Doom Shop, you will definitely gravitate to Young and Slim. I've said that before in his reviews. But I want you to think of this tape as a period piece because he is so invested in the Memphis sound all throughout. Now, the thing that an underground artist really has to do, and Young and Slim does well, is like introduce me to other artists, because as you go through the track list on here, you're hearing so many different MCs. And truth be told, this is not a lyrical miracle spiritual festivity. No, Young and Slim is really trying to capture a vibe of, the dark Memphis horrorcore funk sound. And being out of DC is interesting, because DC historically is Chocolate City. But being out of, a black city, being, a Latin artist, giving praise to Memphis is like, that's kind of how he stands out. But what I wish Young and Slim would have done differently on this project is give me more of him. And I don't think that's made to be on this project, but what I think he should do in the future is give us more of him, talk about his life, him being a father, him being a working man, him being an independent artist, trying to make something of himself. Okay. But rather than talk about what he didn't do, let's talk about what he did do. The songs off of here that stand out the most are the ones that he raps in Spanish. The bilingual tracks, I really do believe that there is a market here for this. When we talk about funk in Espanol, this is really what Young and Slim should be pushing for. I believe there's such an open market for this, in the advent of all of these new reggaeton artists, from your Bad Bunny to your Pesa Pluma to J Balvin, all of these people who have now been around for a couple of years. But when you look at like the English-speaking Latino market that's really into funk, I think Young and Slim could be and should be forerunning that wave. Now, the name Frayser Bound comes from Frayser, which is a place in Shelby County, Tennessee. So you already know, again, it's a ode to Memphis. Now, a lot of this tape sounds relentlessly dark. It kind of monocolorly blends together where you're just getting that trap sound, that funk sound again and again and again. I mean, one of my personal favorites off of this is probably Watch Out for the Click 2023. Creeping After Dark is special to me because I love that sample from Isley Brothers' Highways of My Life. Suicide Boys and Ramirez sampled that on the song 666, which is the first Suicide Boys and Ramirez collab I heard ever. The song Bodies Drippin', that guy MC Mac definitely sounds like somebody with MC in his name. I think, if you think about like a Pharoah Monch or somebody like that, he definitely has that 90s throwback sound. Never Heard of Ya, I think that's perfect music to smoke to at night. Really, when it comes to my personal listening habits nowadays that I'm commuting so much, and I'm going to do a separate video about this, but like when it comes to my personal listening habits, you guys got to keep in mind, I live in LA, and nowadays I'm commuting more, which means most of the time I'm listening to music is in the car. and driving through Southern California is not, it doesn't always fit the vibe of the music that gets submitted to me. You know, so relentlessly dark music may not sound well in my car just because of the backdrop of which I'm going through. It's sunny out here, there's palm trees, and that doesn't always match the aesthetic of what the music in the speakers is. Okay. But at the same time, you know, there's kind of three places to test it: car, gym, smoke sesh. And when it comes down to it, I think the smoke sesh for Young and Slim is like the best place to listen to it, and at night. You know, I feel that like this type of music is like, you know, for your smaller underground shows, your warehouse shows, you know, where all of these like artists are congregating. And you know what, here's A&R Palm's recommendation. I feel like for Young and Slim, I think it's best that, you know, being from DC, he should slide up under like a Black Cray, you know, because Black Cray's out of Richmond, Virginia, or Wi-Fi God or The Con. You know, get to know some of these artists in his scene, in his part of the country, and, you know, kind of brainstorm with them how to move and groove. Again, I'll say it this, and here's the final takeaway, is that, like, when you whittle down this project and cut out the fat, it's the songs that he raps in Spanish that are, you know, the ones you'll take away. So the second to last track, Te Entra Panico, featuring Jason, King AK, and Glock Main, went hard. Then the final track, which is the bonus track, Riding Through the Hood, is slowed. It's like kind of, you know, that cruising music is very much like some Houston DJ Screw type of cut. He came strong on that one. All said and done, I think, you know, hey, again, if you're a fan of, you know, that Memphis sound, that funk sound, that 90s horrorcore sound, Young and Slim is bringing to you. But I want to get to know more of Young and Slim going forward from this, and I think that the period piece type of thing has already been perfected and done time and time and again. All right, what did y'all think of Frayser Bound Underground Soundz Chapter 2.5? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, peace, love, Palm.